Marjorie Taylor Greene just announced she is resigning from Congress. And the timing, the reason, and the reaction from colleagues is making this one of the most talked about political moments of the week. Let's break down exactly what happened. Greene announced her resignation effective January 5th. In her resignation video, she said that standing up for American women who were victims of trafficking and abuse, specifically in connection with the Epstein files, should not result in her being called a traitor. She said she was threatened by the President of the United States. The same president she spent years fighting for. What caused this break? It appears to come down to her position on the release of the Epstein files. Greene pushed for transparency on those files. Trump pushed back. And apparently that 1 week of being on the opposite side of the president was enough to make the political environment around her unbearable. Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett had a reaction that was blunt and worth hearing. She said, paraphrasing closely here, "You've got to be kidding me. You're on the other side of the president for 1 week, and you can't take the heat?" She pointed out that she herself has been on the opposite side of this administration for far longer, while also dealing with people like Greene fanning the flames of hatred against her. And she noted that the threats she faces as a black woman in Congress look very different from what Greene is now complaining about. That contrast is hard to ignore. Greene spent years being one of the loudest, most aggressive voices in the MAGA movement. She targeted colleagues. She amplified conspiracy theories. She helped create the very political atmosphere where threats and intimidation became normalized tools inside the Republican Party. Thomas Massie has faced Trump's anger. Lauren Boebert has faced it. Other Republicans who signed the discharge petition faced it too, and they're still there. The question Crockett raised is a fair one. Why is everyone else able to weather this storm, but Greene is not? The answer might say more about Greene than it does about Trump. When you spend years helping build a political culture based on loyalty, threats, and going after anyone who steps out of line, and then you step out of line, you don't get to act surprised by what comes back at you. The rules she helped enforce are now being enforced against her. And apparently, that's where she draws the line. Now, to be clear, if Greene genuinely faced threats from a president over a policy disagreement, that is serious regardless of who it's happening to. The Epstein files are a legitimate issue of public interest. No elected official should face presidential threats for taking a policy position, but the broader irony here is impossible to miss. One of the architects of the modern MAGA intimidation playbook is now saying the playbook was used on her, and she's leaving because of it. The political world she helped build finally turned around and faced her directly. And her response was to resign. We'll keep following this story as more details come out. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next update.